everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Thinkific user from Razorpay payments. So I am an owner of a business in which I sell different types of courses to my students. I collect the payments while purchasing the course with the help of Razorpay, and I manage all the courses with the help of Thinkific. So here my objective is that as soon as many of my students, the course is going to be purchased with the help of Razorpay, automatically first that student should be created as a user in my Thinkific account. And as they are going to be created as a user, that same user should be enrolled to the course that my student have purchased with the help of Razorpay. Now doing this manually takes a lot of time. So what I did was I simply created an automation using Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing automation and integration software. So here in this automation, what we are going to learn is that as soon as the payment is going to be received to us with the help of Razorpay by any of my students, automatically first that student is going to be created as a user in my Thinkific account. As they're going to be created as a user, that user is then going to be enrolled to the course that I've created in my Thinkific account that they have purchased with the help of Razorpay. And for that, I'm going to create an automation between Razorpay and Thinkific with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn about this amazing automation, then let me take you all to my screen. Welcome to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Thinkific user from Razorpay payments. I run online courses for personality development and I use Razorpay to collect payments from my students. Previously, after every payment, I have to manually add the students to Thinkific, which was both time consuming and prone to mistakes. Once I set up this automation with Pabbly Connect, the moment the payment is completed with the help of Razorpay, the student is automatically created as a user in my Thinkific account without any delay, and as well as that user is going to be enrolled to the course that I've created in my Thinkific account. This not only saves me time, but also ensures that students get immediate access to their learning materials, keeping them happy and engaged. And we're going to be creating this amazing automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 108 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After that, you can see all Pabbly apps window is going to appear in front of you, and you are going to see the 5 amazing applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the workflow name and for us to select a folder. So for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as Create Thinkific User from Razorpay Payments. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next, it is asking for us to select a folder. So on the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down, from which I'm going to select Razorpay Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to a workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Thinkific User from Razorpay Payments, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means that action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only 1 trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first, and for the trigger application, what we are going to do is we are going to select it as Razorpay. As with the help of Razorpay, I'm collecting the payments of the course purchase, as I want that whenever a payment is going to be received to us and the purchase has been done with the help of Razorpay, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response. That is why for the trigger application, I've selected it as Razorpay, and for the trigger event, I'm going to select as payment captured, as whenever the payment is going to be done, Pabbly Connect should capture the response of the payment. Okay. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to create a connection between Razorpay and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. So firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here. After copying the URL, I'm going to log into my Razorpay account. As you can see, that is my Razorpay account right over here, and this is the personality development course that I'm selling with the help of it. I'm going to connect my Razorpay account to Pabbly Connect. But before that, let me tell you, the account that I'm using with the help of Razorpay right now in this video is in a test mode. You can see right over here. Okay. In the similar manner that I'm going to tell you right now, you can connect your live account as well with Pabbly Connect. So follow the same steps that I'm going to tell you. From the left side of the panel, go to developers page right over here. Under developers, you can see it says webhooks. We're going to click on it. As we're going to do that, it will be landed towards the webhook page. On the top right corner, it says add new webhook. Click on it. It is asking for the webhook URL first, so paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. For the secret over here, I'm going to write in a dummy secret key right over here. Okay. For the email over here, I'm going to select the email. For the action events over here in the help that it says, as you want to capture the response of the payment captured, you can see right away. So the action event selected as payment captured. So over here from the drop down, I'm going to select the action event as payment captured. Okay. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the create webhook button. As I've done that, it says webhook saved successfully. As now the webhook has now been saved successfully, I'm going to open my workflow and scroll down. You can see it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test payment with the help of Razorpay, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of the payment being done or not. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the payment page that I've created with the help of Razorpay. So I've created a payment page in the name of Personality Development Mastery course with the help of Razorpay. And with the help of this page, I am collecting the payments from my students who are enrolling for the course. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the test payment of this page with the help of this page right over here. For that, I'm going to copy the link of this page URL. And then I'm going to open that in my incognito mode. So this is the payment page that I've created with the help of the Razorpay for Personality Development Mastery course. And I'm collecting the payment with the help of this page right over here for this course for the enrollment. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test payment with the help of this page, and we can do the test payment right over here. As I've already told you, my Razorpay account is running in test mode. So that is why we're going to do the test payment with the help of this page over here. Okay. So let's do that. Firstly, it is asking for the first name of our student. So for the first name of my student, I'm going to write it as demo. For the last name of my student, I'm going to write it as smart5. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as demosmart5@pabblytudes.com. Next, it is asking for the phone number. So I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number right over here. And after that, for the amount, I'm going to select the amount. Then I'm going to click on this pay button. As I've done that, it is asking for the payment method. I'm going to select it as card. For the card number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy card number. For the expiry over here, I'm going to write in a dummy expiry. For the CVV over here, I'm going to write in a dummy CVV. Or for the card name, I'm going to write it the dummy card name right over here. Then I'm going to click on the continue button. I'm going to enter a dummy pin code right over here. Then I'm going to click on this continue button. As I've done that, you can see it says payment successful. As the payment has now been successfully done with the help of Razorpay, I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect workflow that I've created, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the payment being done or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow that I've created. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, you can see right over here, we have received the response of the payment being done in our Pabbly Connect workflow. Okay, let us tally the response. We have received the order ID with the phone number of the customer, the last name as smart5, first name as demo, email as demosmart5@pabblytudes.com, method as card. We have received the payment ID. Over here, we've received the entity as payment, the email right over here with the currency, the data of all the other required fields. You can see right over here, the amount that is 5,000 with 2 extra zeros in the response with all the other details. So this means that Razorpay has now been successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and trigger setup is done. Now whenever a payment is going to be done by any of my customers with the help of Razorpay, automatically Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. But over here in the response, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of each and every payment done with every payment page in our Razorpay account. As you can see, I've created multiple payment pages in my Razorpay account. Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response of each and every payment that is done with the help of Razorpay over here in our trigger step. I do not want to execute this workflow other than this payment page right away, that is a personality development course. So that whenever a course is going to be purchased, this course, specifically the personality development mastery course, is going to be purchased with the help of Razorpay, then only this workflow should be executed. In order to do that, we have to set up our action step, and for the action application, I'm going to select it as filter by Pabbly. With the help of this amazing feature by Pabbly Connect, that is filter, we can filter out the values and run the workflow according to our conditions. Okay, and for the action event, I'm going to select as filter values. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. As we're going to do that, it is asking for us to select the label, filter type, and the value right over here. For the label over here, Over here in my Razorpay, I have created different type of payment pages, and each and every amount of each and every payment page is different and unique from the other ones. So what I'm going to do is, for the select label over here, I'm going to select the amount of the purchase that is done. Okay, so this is the amount, and this amount is unique for each and every payment page that I've created using Razorpay. So this amount is unique for every single one of them. So now whenever the amount is going to be equal to the amount, that is 5,000 with 2 extra zeros, whenever the amount is going to be equal to 5 lakhs, then only this workflow should get executed. Okay, so that is why I've entered the value right over here. So now whenever the amount is going to be equal to 5 lakhs, then Pabbly Connect is going to execute this workflow further. Okay, then I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As we're going to do that, the message comes as condition is true, the status comes as success, as the filter that we have applied is successfully now been added to this workflow. As now the filter is also been added, I want to create the student who have done the purchase using Razorpay as a user in my Thinkific account. Okay, so for that we're going to add another action step to this workflow, and for the action application, what we are going to do is we are going to select it as Thinkific, as now we're going to create a user in our Thinkific account of the student who have done the purchase. Okay, then for the action event, I'm going to select it as create user. I'm going to click on this connect button. A new window is going to appear in front of you, on which you can add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection. After that, it is saying connect with Thinkific. Click on this button. It is asking for us to select the subdomain of our account. For the subdomain of our account, in the help desk it says the subdomain is given in between the https and .thinkific.com right over here. So this is the subdomain of my account right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this subdomain from here, and I'm going to paste it right over here. Then I'm going to click on this save button. As you can see, that is fully authorized Thinkific to Pabbly Connect. After authorizing, it is asking for the first name, last name, email, password, and all the other details of the user that we want to create in our Thinkific account. So for the details of our user, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. And how mapping works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, these were the previous step of this workflow, and as I'm going to click on it, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. As over here, it is asking for the first name of our user. So in my previous response, I have received the first name of my user. You can see right over here. So this is the first name of my user. So I'm going to map the data. I'm going to select this data from my previous response, the first name of my student who have done the purchase that I want to create it as a user. So as I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped. And as I map the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. Similarly, for the last name, I'm going to map the data of the last name of my student. For the email over here, I'm going to map the data of the email of my student. For the password over here, I'm going to map the data of the unique order ID in place of this password. It is asking for the roles, bio, company, headline, and all the other details. I do not require the fields, so I'm going to skip the part. Lastly, it is asking for the mobile number, so I'm going to map the data of the phone number of my student right over here. After filling in all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, we have received a response right over here, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open the all users page in my Thinkific account. I'm going to refresh this page from here. As I've refreshed the page, you can see right over here, user in the name of Demo Smart 5 has been created in my Thinkific account. As you can see that the user has now been created to my Thinkific account. And what I want to do is, I want to enroll this same user to the course that I've created, to the course that they have purchased and that I've created in my Thinkific account. So I've created a course over here in the name of Personality Development Mastery course, as you can see right over here. Okay, so this is the course that I've created using Thinkific, and I'm managing it using Thinkific. So now what I want is, I want to now enroll this user to this course right over here. So for enrolling, we're going to add another action step to this workflow, and for the action application, what we're going to do is we are going to select it as Thinkific again. Okay, and for the action event, now I'm going to select as enroll user. As I've created the user, now I want to enroll that same user, so I'm going to select my action event as enroll user. Then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is then going to appear in front of you, on which I'm going to select the existing connection. But if you want, you can add a new connection. Then I'm going to click on the save button. As I've done that, over here, firstly, it is asking for the course to which we want to enroll the students in the user in. So for the course over here, I'm going to select as the Personality Development Mastery course, and I want to enroll the users to this course right over here. Okay. Next, it is asking for the user ID, the ID of the user who we want to enroll the course into. Okay. So for the ID of the user, I'm going to map the data. For that, toggle this button right over here, erase the existing data from here. I'm going to map the data of the user ID that I've received in my previous response. Okay. So I'm going to map the data of the user ID in place of the user ID field right over here. After that, it is asking for the activated and the expiry date. I do not require the field personally, so I'm going to skip the part. But if you want, you can enter the date over here according to the requirement given in the help test below. Okay, I do not require the field, so I'm going to skip the part. After filling all the required details, I'm going to click on the save and send test request button. As I've done that, you can see I've received a response right over here, which is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my Thinkific account and I'm going to check whether the user that I've created is successfully enrolled to the course or not. For that, I'm going to open my Thinkific account. And yes, you can see right over here, the user Demo Smart has been enrolled to work one course right away. I'm going to open this user from here. And you can see right over here, they are enrolled to the course, that is Personality Development Mastery course, successfully. As now the same user has been enrolled to this course, this means that we successfully created an automation between Razorpay and Thinkific with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business in which I sell online personality development course to my students. So here my objective is that as soon as I'm going to receive the payment of the purchase of the course with the help of Razorpay from my student, automatically first that student should be created as a user in my Thinkific account, as I'm managing all my courses with the help of Thinkific. As the user is then created, I want to enroll that same user which is created to the course that I've created in my Thinkific account. And for that, I've created this amazing automation between Razorpay and Thinkific with the help of Pabbly Connect. And this is how you create this amazing automation. So if you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.